So I've had a lot of non-Yu-Gi-Oh related stuff going on in my life lately, but I always keep my Yu-Gi-Oh collection and I really don't sell anything off. But there are some cards that I've been focusing on lately that if I can get, I try to buy them, and they're not necessarily first editions. So I've been doing a lot of buying the card and not the grade, obviously, not the edition. But there's a lot about this card, this Unlimited, that looks just like this first edition. A lot of the wear, a lot of the printing type, and I don't know if it's a glossy or what. It's definitely not wavy. It doesn't have the little foil waves. But I like the amount of wear on these cards. I like it when they look old and ancient. And finding an unlimited card that looks just like the first ed card in a lot of ways is an absolute treat. So that's what I'm after. Rather buy this unlimited that looks amazing for $30 than this first edition. Even in a one, it's hundreds of dollars, you know. So I just wanted to share that. I recently made a purchase, and I don't buy a lot of stuff for my collection anymore, but my dad had asked me, hey, if there was any card that you could have that you don't have, what would it be? I told him, well, it's too overpriced, it's too expensive, but probably just a DDS Blue Eyes. It's a promo, and you can't get an unlimited version of it or a first edition. But that DDS Blue Eyes just goes for so many hundreds, and most of the time they're in terrible shape. It's not like a one like this where the image is clean. It's like a one where it's totally bent through the image. It's all frayed throughout. There's huge creases. And even though I like ones and just heavy played cards in general, I don't like it when the image is all totally destroyed. There might be an exception to that rule, and I wouldn't say totally destroyed, but I think this Blue Eyes right here is still my favorite card in my binder. So I'll just show you that. Just because if you watch my other videos, it looks a lot like it probably went through the washer at some point, which is how a lot of kids had their cards back in the day. But the hollow effect goes crazy on it. Just like something that probably couldn't have occurred unless it was in this damaged condition like it is. So that is probably my favorite card in my entire binder. This is the way it looks. I feel like I'm more like an art collector than a card collector. So I'm buying the card. I'm not buying the grade. I'm not buying it because it's first edition, although I do like a heavy played first edition when they're cheap if I can pick it up. Not saying that it holds value better or that I'm trying to flip them, but I don't know. I've seen some really cool red eyes, the LOB red eyes that were a little tattered. This is an SDJ first edition, and of course it's pretty much in a damaged condition. But these first edition SDJ starter deck Joeys, they're going for more money now. Not like a lot more money, come on guys, but maybe like 15 bucks, 20 bucks if you get a good condition one, maybe more. So that didn't used to be the case. I feel like these were a really common type of card. But when you look at it, it's actually really cool because it's one of the only starter deck cards that also is in the Legend of Blue Eyes set in the same rarity, right? So this is an ultra rare red eyes that was in a starter deck, whereas if you look at, say, the LOB Dark Magician and the LOB Blue Eyes, right? These both came out in the Yugi Evolution and Kaiba Evolution decks, 2004, I think. But they weren't in the ultra rarity. They were both super rares. So they kind of got nerfed. Nerfed is an old term. I think it's a Call of Duty term or something. But yeah, their Rarity got totally stripped from them in those starter decks. So I definitely appreciate the starter deck Joey Red Eyes. It's just my set. If you haven't seen, I like to organize them 1 page each for each set. I think that was, it's kind of a cost-effective thing, but also it really helped me choose the best looking artwork from the sets, the cards that I wanted to include, the different rarities from each set that I wanted to include, just to make a cool display page for each. Because I'm a Yu-Gi-Oh card collector, but I also feel like I'm kind of an art collector at this point. So I like to look at my nice things. I'm gonna sit down because I got this lighting set up so it's perfect so I can view it from seated. And I don't know if you'll tell a sound difference, but it's nice to be able to sit down and to look at my cards like this, because most of the time you open your book under a normal lit room and the light will be all bouncing off the cards themselves and you can't actually see the card. So to get this lighting set up, I got like light that's angled, the binder's at an angle with the pages. So that's kind of the secret. If you don't want the light bouncing off of your binder sleeves back up at your camera, angle your binder, angle your lights, all that, and it makes a really amazing viewing experience just sitting in my chair looking at my collection now. This is something I'd be happy to come home to and just take a blast from the past down memory lane. Anyways, I just wanted to share my cards for a minute and share the things I've been up to. I have been doing a lot of 3D prints. For those of you who don't know, I have 3D printers. It's actually going in the background right now as we speak. And I've been obsessed with redesigning my Millennium puzzle. This one has a magnet in it. I got a couple designs at this point. This is a full scale version. Then I have a half scale version. They're just not all perfect, all right? So I just keep on going until I make them perfect. But you have to remember to see the forest through the trees. I think that's the saying, right? You don't want to get caught up on all the little details and be a perfectionist and then miss out on all the real work that you do on something, because I've done good work on this and it does look nice. Anyways, I'm excited to get the DDS Blue Eyes, and I'm gonna make a video of that when it comes in, just to show how awesome it is. I got a good deal on it for the condition. The grade to me is off. Like, it doesn't match what I'm looking for. The main things that I look for in a card is probably centering. I don't like when it looks way off center. It's got a huge lip on the side. That's not for me. And I like it to have a good clean surface, at least on the image. So in this image box, I don't like it to be super bent up unless there's something really special going on with the card and it just looks like a piece of art that I have to have. So centering and surface with the card image, those are the two things that I look for. And I feel like this DDS Blue Eyes that I purchased, it has enough of those things and was at a good enough price point and will excuse that it's in a PSA case. So I may have to break it free at some point, but until I break it free, I do believe I have another one of these nice acrylic cases lying around that I can put it in. Anyways, thank you for watching, and don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. Please comment. I like talking to people. Anyways, have a good one. Bye.